On the 20th and 21st of November 2024, the Department of Basic Education in South Africa convened an event at Emperor's Palace titled Strategic Engagement on the Rollout of Mother Tongue-based Bilingual Education, MTbBE. The purpose of the 2 days was to gather as many key stakeholders as possible to get input on the 2025 implementation of MTbBE in Grade 4 mathematics and natural science classes across South Africa. There were inputs from various key players, notably Deputy Minister Dr. Regina Maule, DDG for Transformation Dr. Naledi Mbudimahana, Professor Iron Rensburg from the University of Johannesburg, and Dr. Mark Chetty from the Assessments Department of the DBE. In attendance were the key funders of the process, Zenex and Old Mutual, as well as the NECT team. Others were representing universities, provincial departments of education, publishers, the Pan-South African Language Board, various trade unions, and other interested stakeholders. Here are the key things coming out of this meeting. In 2025, all Grade 4 learners will be taught mathematics and natural sciences in their mother tongue. An 80-20 split is intended for all aspects of those two subject areas, including assessment. Results from the Eastern Cape pilot, where learners are now in Grade 12, having had MTbBE since Grade 1, show substantial improvements in all metrics for learners who have their mother tongue as their LOLTA, which is their language of learning, teaching, and assessment, when compared with those who have a foreign language as their LOLTA. No legislation or policy changes are required to implement MTbBE. It was all set up long ago and must just be implemented. This aspect needs to be explained thoroughly to school communities. In-service teacher training, preferably on-site within the schools, is urgently needed. However, most of the training involves showing teachers that they can do what they've always been doing. Nonetheless, the DBE needs help with this. Advocacy in the form of short multilingual explainer videos or similar is urgently needed, and the DBE needs help to do this. 5 commissions were set up to respond to different aspects of the 2025 rollout of MTbBE. The first commission focused on NGOs and philanthropy, the second on assessment, the third on teacher development, the fourth on publishers and LTSM, and the fifth on strategy refinement. Specific questions were posed to each group, and rapporteurs fed back the resolutions to the plenary. Basically, DBE sent out a language mapping tool to the schools, but have had very little response. They need help with this area. MTbBE is the beginning. The next step is MTBRL, which is Mother Tongue-based Reading and Literacy. This requires an overhaul of Eurocentric models that focus almost exclusively on phonics in favor of Afrocentric, morphemic awareness approaches, where the focus is shifted to favor indigenous African languages and syntactical structures. The current maths, science, and technology policy in the DBE is aligned with the 2025 MTbBE rollout plan, so there should be no issue from that side. Rankings of provinces from most to least ready for MTbBE are as follows: Eastern Cape, 95% ready. Western Cape, 90% ready. KwaZulu-Natal, 70% ready. Free State, 60% ready. Northern Cape, 55% ready. Northwest, 50% ready. Gauteng, 40% ready. Limpopo, 40% ready. Mpumalanga, 0% ready. Dr. Mbudimahana has assembled a task team for consultations on every aspect of this process and has staffed the team with the best possible experts and implementers to get things done. In particular, a new project manager with extensive private sector experience was hired to ensure that the project proceeds according to plan. This has been a briefing document prepared by Cullen Mackenzie on behalf of the Catholic Institute of Education.